Hello, hello, hello. Facebook and Instagram. I'm trying to get Instagram set up. That's not going to work. I had a hard time getting on today, y'all. Sorry. I haven't done this in a while. And the platform that I use to stream from changed their things around. So, see, and here I am. This isn't working either. They changed their things around. And so when I thought I was just going to, push live and go, and it did not quite work that way. So I apologize for the delay. Let's pull the chat up so I can see people. Let me know when you're on. Welcome, everybody. That's not good. Let me know where you're watching from. I see it's a few people on, but talk to me in the chat. I'm Dr. Mila Bennett, plastic surgeon, lover of the Lord Jesus Christ. Hey, Pam. And today I am going to do a little bit of teaching, take questions if you guys have a few questions. We won't be on late, but this is the best time I can. This thing looks like it wants to tip over. Hey, Miss Antoinette. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'll be better prepared the next time. This didn't work the way it normally does. So I'm just kind of a little... Got to get Instagram up here. All right. Instagram. We got Facebook. We got Instagram. We got YouTube. I thought it was Facebook. Is Facebook here? Is anybody here from Facebook, or is this all YouTube? I told y'all, it's not working like it normally does. They changed it on me. I haven't live streamed like this in a really long time. I haven't live streamed on YouTube and Facebook in a long time. And so they've changed things. But I will be on here more because your girl I'm revving things back up. I joined a new practice. It's amazing. It's Aesthetics and Hair Restoration Institute in Warner Robins, Georgia. It's awesome. Hello, Mia. Hey, Instagram. Hey, so Facebook and YouTube down here, Instagram up there. Welcome, welcome, everybody. I'm giving folks a chance to get on. Plus, I've been getting situated myself. If you know anybody who thinks they want a tummy tuck or liposuction, your girls, you talking about it with your friends, trying to figure out what to do or if to do anything, tag them and let them know that I'm on. Hello, Jen Perry. Welcome, welcome. So, hey, Miss Monique. So, you are right next to my house. Where in the Warner Robins? I'm so excited about this new chapter. I'll be doing new things that I didn't do before that I'm super excited about. One of the things that I'll be doing, and I'm not going to get into that deeply today, but I'm so excited about is hair transplant. That's one of the things that I will be doing a lot there. And for men and for women. So if you are struggling with hair loss, cool. Yep, I come out there twice a week. If you are struggling with hair loss, then we can help you. We have all types of treatments to help with your hair loss up to and including surgery. But that, some people don't need surgery. Some people, they're thinning, and there's other treatments we can do to help wake up the hair follicles and stuff like that. Yay. So, yes, that's one of the things. But today we're not talking about hair. We're talking about the belly. We're going to talk about the belly area. So liposuction or tummy tuck, and which one is right for you? I watched it earlier, the new skin treatment. Your skin is amazing. Why, thank you. Okay, so see, this is what always happens, and I end up on here for an hour. The new skin treatment, that's another. It's so I love this place because there's just all these new toys there for me. Like it's like a toy store for a plastic surgeon. It's it's so much great technology there. It's so good. So I that treatment um is RF, meaning radio frequency plasma. And the plasma technology uses helium and nitrogen, but what it does is it creates little microchannels in your skin and causes your body to induce collagen production, which as you get older, you make less and less collagen, which is why all of a sudden your face starts to look heavier. You start seeing the lines. I got little lines. I have, under eye things. I haven't gotten any filler in my face yet. I'm trying to hold that off as long as I can. So I like those types of treatments. I always, me personally, like, and I'm not saying this as a doctor, I'm saying this as a 47-year-old woman who cares about her face. So for my face, I am always looking for great treatments for collagen induction. And so that treatment, when I saw that machine, I was like, wait a minute. And I saw the results of a few people who had it. And it was phenomenal. So I got it and I love it. I'm due for another one in about a week. So I'm going to get it monthly for now. But it's an amazing treatment. So I wasn't saying it's my new favorite treatment just to say it, like I literally mean it. It's a really good service. So anyway, what was that other question before I started? Once I start teaching, I'm not gonna pay attention to the comments until I finish. Will you be sharing about the collagen treatment? So today is not about that specifically. Today is about tummy tucks and liposuction. Okay, so that's what we're gonna get into. So who is a good candidate for any type of procedure for your belly? A healthy person, first of all. If you have many medical problems that are not under good control, then you don't want to be worrying about anything like that. You want to make sure your health is optimized. So one thing about plastic surgery that's different than many of the other specialties of medicine is anything that I offer you, me, Dr. Mila, I do cosmetic plastic surgery. There's nothing that I offer you that you need. I know you might feel like you need it, but anything that I offer in this stage of my career and the services that I offer at this point, when I did recon, that was different. But we're not talking about recon, even though I know some of y'all bellies, it really seems like it may be a reconstruction, but it's not. Like it's an elective procedure that you don't need. So for that reason, we want to make sure that you are optimized from a health standpoint before we go into it. Because the last thing that we want when you're getting a surgery that you don't need is for you to have some really bad complication because your body wasn't in the best shape it could be in before you went into the procedure. Now you don't have to like if you have high blood pressure, you take a couple medicines, that's not a deal breaker. As long as your blood pressure is under good control, if you have diabetes, if your diabetes is under tight control, then I'm happy to help you. But if you are a diabetic and your hemoglobin A1C is 10, then we can talk after you get it down below 7. Like if it's above 7, we really just don't need to be talking yet. So, people will be like, well, what if I have this? What if I have that? This is why you do a consultation to find out specifically for you if you're healthy, if your health is optimized for you to safely get an elective procedure. Okay, so that's the first order of business. Healthy. You need to be healthy. Then the other, I'll say the typical person who shows up to me for their abdomen is typically a mom, is someone who's had children, but not all the time. It's someone who is in pretty decent shape. but their belly fat just hangs out in their belly. They have to lose too much weight to make their belly go flat. And then so that means like their butt goes away, their thighs go away, their arms are too skinny, like everything's too small, trying to get their belly down. We all deposit weight preferentially in certain areas of our body. Some people it's their belly, some people it's their hips, some people it's their arms, and so if your trouble area or your stubborn area is your midsection, then that would make you a good candidate to consider either liposuction or tummy tuck. People who have lost a lot of weight will often show up like, I lost all this weight, I work out, I'm eating right, but I just can't get this extra stuff to go away. And they may have a lot of skin that's hanging. That's called a pannus. So they may have a pannus that is just not going to leave. The skin was too damaged and that skin's never leaving. I don't care how many sit-ups you do. I don't care how much working out you do. It just gets flappier the thinner you get. So this is a person who typically shows up asking for help because they've done everything that they can do without surgery and it's still there. And they just want their body to represent their efforts. And so that's another person who shows up. Now, how do we decide if you get liposuction or if you get a tummy tuck or if you get both? So, or sometimes you're not a good candidate for any of it. So y'all know I like to draw. So I'm going to draw a picture to explain the layers in the abdomen and what each surgery addresses. So now the person who's not a candidate for either thing, who is that? Health aside, so they don't have medical problems per se. But what would make a person not be a good candidate, which typically somebody like this does have some medical problems, but they could still be under good control. The biggest issue could just be their weight. So a person who is not a good candidate for either is a person who is morbidly obese. If you're really big, and that's even though you don't have any medical problems, you don't have diabetes, you don't have high blood pressure, you don't have none of that, but your BMI is 45, you don't need to get either. You need to lose weight. 2 reasons. Well, actually, it's more than 2 reasons, but the 2 things that I'm going to mention now. 1, satisfaction. When a person is that heavy, I can lipo 5-6 liters off of their belly, and they will still look big. And they will be annoyed. They'll be like, I spent all this money and I still look the same. And I'll be like, I did all this work and you still look the same. Like, this is no fun for either one of us. Because if you have a BMI of 45, I did a lot of work to get that stuff off and you still look the same. The reason is liposuction is not a weight loss surgery. And you still probably have a whole lot of visceral fat. Okay. So here's my picture. Oh, I didn't do that right. Okay. Yeah, Mila Rose, I'm doing a video. Okay. So let's say this is a table. So the person's laying on there and we take a guillotine and cut them. So this is a cross section. Okay. So this outer layer is skin. This space here is extra abdominal fat or fat above the muscles. This layer here is the muscle layer. Inside of here, these little circles, we're going to pretend are organs. Okay. When I do liposuction, I'm in this plane. Tummy tuck addresses these muscles and then also cuts off the extra skin. And then there's fat in here too. So a person whose BMI is 45, they're going to have a lot of fat in here around their organs, contributing to their belly sticking out. Now, typically, here's what their belly will look like. Like sometimes you'll have people like this. Well, not always. These people, if your BMI is 45, you're going to have fat on the outside and on the inside. But sometimes you'll have people where the fat is mostly on the inside. Show you. Okay. So the person, this is what the beer belly looks like. Okay. So look, so you see how it's a big space, it's a big layer of fat here. With the beer belly person, it's a thin layer of fat. There's the muscles, there's a thin layer of fat on the outside, and there's a whole bunch of fat in here. Liposuction or tummy tucks cannot get in here. If you can't, so this person, you can't pinch this because it's not that much fat out here. This person, you can pinch it. You can take your hand and pinch it. You can pinch it. So one of the easy tests a person can do to start out and figure out if they can even talk about any of this stuff is grab at your belly. And if you can pinch it, if you can pinch the fat, if you can get a hunk of fat in your hand, then that is the stuff that we work on. We don't work on the stuff inside of here. So a beer belly person is like this. They got their muscles and their skin is close together and their belly is big because of all this in here. Okay? The person who I can help, their belly is big because of the fat out here. If your BMI is 45, you got a bunch of fat in here and you have a bunch of fat out here. So then I go and clear this out and you're still fat because now you're like this. So just for the sake of satisfaction and not wasting your time and risk and money, you need to get your BMI to a healthier weight to be a candidate for either. You want to get your BMI. My BMI cutoff is 33. That's the sweet spot. That's the number where I don't have to really worry about people coming back saying, I just feel like I look the same. When I used to do BMIs that were higher, that would be something that I would hear. And I'm like, lady, I took 5 liters off of you. And she's like, well, I just feel like I don't look different because she needed to lose weight first. I needed to have her lose more weight first. So now I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of a stickler on that now because I don't like those kind of conversations. It's not fun for me or for you. They'll be thinking like, well, can I get some money back? And I'm thinking like, absolutely not. I thought I should have charged you more when I finished because I worked so hard. Like, so you see what I'm saying? Like if both of us are feeling away, then that was not a good choice from a decision standpoint. So I like people to get their weight down. And 33 is the sweet spot where I don't have that conversation with people. I don't end up having people feeling like they went through the process and they don't look any different. Thank you, Confident Catress. So if your BMI is high, we need to get it down. We need to get it down. Outside of plastic surgery, if you have a BMI that's really high, and I'm working on mine, okay? If you have a BMI that's really high, from a health standpoint, people don't tend to be 90 years old with a BMI of 45. If you think about it, people who live to be really old are thin. And if you want to live a long time, then getting your BMI down, you want to do that regardless of surgery. People will tell, folks like to make themselves feel better about things that we need to work on, like being way too overweight, and, if your BMI is in the 40s, the high 30s, like you need to get it down. And once you do that, I can help you with all kind of things. I got all kind of things. We do accept care credit at Aesthetics and Hair Restoration Institute. So yes, Miss Monica. Okay. So are we clear on that? Now, liposuction or tummy tuck. So a good candidate for liposuction is someone who has pinchable fat on their abdomen. You can have some excess skin because you will get some contraction of the skin. You will get some contraction of the skin with liposuction. If you have a lot of hanging skin, you're going to need a tummy tuck. Excess fat is what liposuction deals with. It's not a skin surgery, although you will get some skin contraction with liposuction. So if it's just a little bit of skin there and a lot of fat and your skin quality is pretty decent, like you don't have deep stretch marks, I would try you with liposuction. I am very aggressive, not meaning the amount of liposuction, but the people that I will do liposuction on compared to other people. A lot of folk, or maybe a better way to phrase it is I'm more conservative with tummy tucks. Like I'm more willing to do lipo when other people would say tummy tuck. I've got really great results with liposuction. And sometimes I can save people that scar. Um, Also, if you need both, and I'm not sure. Like I know if you get a tummy tuck, you're definitely going to need lipo. But if we do lipo first, we might be able to forego a tummy tuck. If that's what you look like to me when I examine you, then I would suggest we do lipo first. I typically don't combine liposuction and tummy tucks together for the abdomen. Like I'll liposuction your sides and your back at the time of a tummy tuck, but I don't liposuction. I won't liposuction your central abdomen at the same time. I prefer not to do that. Um, could you conduct a tummy tuck on an umbilical hernia? So when people have tummy tucks, sometimes we'll find umbilical hernias, and when I do, I just repair it. And the umbilical hernia is, if I know you have one, then that will be a part of your quote. If I find it by accident, like I couldn't perceive it, I didn't feel it on exam, I'm going to fix it. And I won't be like, oh, you owe me some money after. I won't do that. But if it's a hernia that I can see ahead of time and know that that's something that's got to be done, and if it's really big, if it's a big hernia, then now my partner, I probably would have him hop in there and do that part. Is a diastasis recti repair considered cosmetic surgery? Yes, that's definitely cosmetic surgery. A lot of people, there's some people who have really wide ones and they're trying to do all kind of stuff to get the insurance to cover it, and they rarely, almost never cover a diastasis recti repair. The reason why is because it doesn't hurt you. It's not hurting you. It's not dangerous. It's just not pretty, but it's not a danger to you. So the insurance companies, they don't cover stuff like that. Is there a more cost efficient way to rectify disease about 1.5 inch, but not a lot of fat, non-hanging? The way that I know how to repair a rectus diastasis is with surgery. People have tried physical therapy and all these different things, and I can't say it never worked. I've never seen it work. That space needs to be closed. You can see an L size of a nickel. Yes, that's something we would prepare for ahead of time. Candy apple 305. That would be built into your quote.
Mm-hmm.
Mama.
Yes.
It's 10:22. Go get your PJs on. I'll be done in a little while. Go.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Okay, so now the tummy tuck is a good surgery to consider if you've got excess skin hanging, like which I told you earlier is called a pannus. If you have a lot of stretch marks in your skin that are deep, so that's an indicator that your dermis is damaged. And if you were to get liposuction, you won't get a whole lot of contraction. So it'll be it'll look deflated. It won't look like the skin won't retract. This is a person who is better served with a tummy tuck. A tummy tuck is also going to close the diastasis recti. So that gap that's between your muscles, your rectus muscles, the muscles that make up your six pack, with a tummy tuck, that's going to get closed. So that's going to strengthen your abdominal wall. It's going to make your abdominal wall flat. as long as you don't have a whole bunch of visceral fat, because even that your muscles will still bow out if you have a whole bunch of fat around your organs. So that's why we want your weight to be where it needs to be so that you can get the best outcome from your procedure, whichever procedure. So a tummy tuck is going to close the diastasis. So you see on this picture, I drew in a little diastasis here. So this is those muscles in your abdomen. And this little space right here is the diastasis. So when I do an abdominoplasty or a tummy tuck, this gap gets closed and these muscles then are touching. Okay, that's going to make your belly much flatter. And then cutting off the excess skin and your belly button is repositioned. Can you call insurance people for me? I don't even take insurance, love. So I don't take insurance. Even if they accepted it, I don't take it. Tummy tuck helps to rid the fupa. Yes, it does. That's what tummy tucks help rid of that. Absolutely. So it's going to repair your diastasis. It's going to get rid of the excess skin. Now, tummy tuck is not liposuction. So all of the skin from your belly button up, not skin, all of the fat from your belly button up at the end of a tummy tuck will still be there. It'll just now be dispersed over your entire abdomen. So some surgeons will do liposuction of that area at the same time. I don't do that. One of the complications that a person can get, that are more likely to get when you combine the two procedures, that I have not seen personally with me keeping them separate, is necrosis, which is death of the skin and fat from loss of too much blood supply to that area. So doing those two operations, they both knock out portions of your blood supply to your abdomen. And sometimes too much can get knocked out. It doesn't happen. It's not super common, but it's common enough where I don't think it's worth it. I don't ever want to see that. I don't like that. I don't want to see that complication ever. So I always stage it. So, and I have not had anyone get necrosis from a tummy tuck or from lipo. So whenever I see people with that complication, not in my practice, but like it out in the social media streets, when people have that, they have almost always had both procedures at the same time. So I personally don't mix them. So if a person opts for a tummy tuck with me, it's not uncommon for them to come back 6 months, a year later, and get lipo. I love liposuction after a tummy tuck. Oh, it just makes a tummy tuck. So, but if I know I'm going to stage it, I typically will do the lipo first. But if the person gets a tummy tuck first, they're like, nah, I just want to do the tummy tuck. That's fine. And they decide a year later, 2 years later, I think I want a little lipo. It always looks so pretty. Is that a complication during the surgery or after? It usually happens after. That necrosis complication, it typically happens after. It can happen anywhere from, usually it'll start to kind of declare itself within a day or two. You'll start to see that the tissue looks of strange color. It usually takes about a week before it looks dead. Sometimes you can save it with hyperbarics and stuff like that. Have you seen that happen? People have had an original tummy tuck in the DR, but now has complications. Yes, but that happens in America too. That's not just a DR thing. It's in America too. If you combine those two procedures, that is a risk. It also is a risk if you over liposuction. And sometimes that's the problem. If you do too much liposuction, you can kill all the blood supply. So when people are like, I want aggressive lipo, you don't know what you're asking for. If your body starts putting out a lot of blood, it's time to stop. You're just killing stuff. You're just killing tissue. So you want somebody that's not going to listen to you when you don't know what you're talking about. People like, get all of it, Dr. Molly, get all the fat. No, you really don't want me to do that. That's not going to look good. That's how you end up with that's when you end up with osises, fibrosis, necrosis. We don't want no osis when you're getting an elective procedure. We don't want anything that ends with an osis. What's the end result of tissue necrosis? Scar, a big old scar, sometimes needing a reconstruction. It's tissue death. So all that skin dies that's underneath that. It's bad. It's bad. The end result of necrosis is wound vacs and serial debridements and skin grafts and all this business that you shouldn't be talking about with an elective procedure. Yes, baby. Okay. Make sure your sister is in her PJs and in the bed. Good night. If someone needs a lipo and a tummy tuck, which procedure do you recommend first? That's a great question. So it depends on what they look like. So it depends. But I would say if it's a person that I know for sure will need both, I do lipo first. If it's a person and I just thin them out as much as I can, let things retract and come back and do the tummy tuck 3 to 6 months later. If it's a person that I think there's a chance, I have a good chance that their skin may shrink enough, then I do lipo first. Because some people are like, I don't need to be, I'm not trying to be no bikini model. I just want to be slimmer. You know, if this and be mostly gone, I'm good. That's the person that I would do the lipo first and try and see how much skin shrinkage we get. And then there's some people where I'm like, you're not that thick. They're not that thick. And I'm like, you definitely need a tummy tuck more than you need lipo. Let's just do the tummy tuck. You might be happy. And then I'll do the tummy tuck first on those kind of people. So it's not a cut and dry answer. It really depends on the goals of the woman, what she looks like, you know, what her body looks like is how I decide. But most of the time, if I know I'm doing both, I like to do lipo first. Have you seen that happen with people? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, if someone needed lipo, tell me. Okay, I saw that one. Can necrosis occur with mini tucks as well? Technically, yes, but much less likely. Because with mini tummy tucks, the way that's done, it's way less likely. You can get lipo, and I actually do lipo with mini tummy tucks at the same time. That's not a problem. That's too technical for me to explain that to you. It's just a mini tummy tuck. It's okay to do both at the same time to me. Like I do that. I combine those. It's the full tummy tuck. That's a much bigger surgery. The full tummy tuck is not. It's so much more involved than a mini, and so it's okay to combine lipo with a mini tummy tuck. You're welcome, Tyree Joyce. Okay, so I think that's it. I don't want it to be too long because then people won't watch the replay. You're so welcome. It was fun. I haven't been doing this, but I'm going to be doing it more. The Aesthetics and Hair Restoration Institute is where I am now. It's so amazing. It's so beautiful. The team is amazing. My partner, Dr. Patrick Marty, is amazing. It's such an awesome place. If you are worried about your hair, we can help you. If you want to fight the signs of aging instead of bowing out and giving up on your face, we can help you. And if you're thinking about a liposuction or tummy tuck or something like that in order to get your midsection back, I can help you. What is a mini tuck? A mini tummy tuck is essentially just cutting that skin off the bottom. Nothing changes with your belly button. No. Hi, Ava. I'll see you Monday. Nothing changes with the belly button. Nothing changes with your, if you have a diastasis, you'll still have one. There's no repair there. The I'll put it's aesthetics. It's the Aesthetics and Hair Restoration Institute. I will put the contact information in the comments. Or you can click the link in my bio and someone will call you tomorrow. I need to unbig my back. Y'all are so silly. What's the recovery time for a mini tuck? Recovery time for a mini tuck is about 7 to 10 days. Recovery time for a full tummy tuck is 2 to 3 weeks. Recovery time for liposuction is 2 to 3 days. You're welcome, Denise. You're so welcome, Candy Apple 305. Thanks for hopping on with me. You guys share the video. The more people that come on, the more I'll come on. So if y'all show me y'all want to hear the stuff, I'm happy to come on. And if it's something you want me to talk about, go ahead and put it in the comments and that'll give me topics. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. The people who've been with me since I started live streaming, I used to live stream 3-4 nights a week. I don't know if it'll be 3 or 4 nights a week because I have 3 kids now, but I definitely can probably pull out 2 a week. So Warner Robins, Georgia. It's about an hour and a half south of the Atlanta airport. So if you have a topic you want to learn about, just drop it in the comments. Tag your friends, let them know. Catch the video, all that good stuff. Can have had C-sections? Absolutely, Miss Denise. She said, can one have a tummy tuck if you have had C-sections? Of course. And that also doesn't mean you have to have a tummy tuck. A lot of times people think, oh, I had a C-section, so I have to have a tummy tuck. No. You still may be a great candidate for liposuction only. How many pounds can you remove at once? So I don't know what the pounds is. It's more volume of fat, and I'm really paying attention to how much blood is coming out. So if your fat comes out with a lot of blood with it, then I'll take off less fat. If your fat is just pretty yellow golden fat and I don't see much blood, then I can take out as much fat as I want. So it just kind of depends on you. When's the next Bible study? Well, I did a little Bible study this morning on Instagram. So if you want to go back 2 posts on here, I did a teaching this morning. Yeah, right now I'm not doing Zoom Bible studies. I'm in a transition in my own life, and I just want to keep a little bit of distance while I'm in that space. And so as soon as I'm through this transition, I'll be back doing Zooms. But I will be doing more of the morning studies. I did it at 6:30 this morning. What's the difference between the tummy tuck and liposuction? Okay, C. Jenkins, you're going to have to come back and watch the video. You watch the replay because that's what we talked about. So I'm not going to start that over, but I'm about to get off and you'll be able to go watch the replay. Okay? Because that's exactly what I answered. So you can get all that information shortly. How about thigh lipo transfer to hip dips? I don't do fat transfer. It's dangerous. So I don't fat transfer to anywhere in the butt region at all. What minimum size of stomach for mini tummy tuck? There's no minimum size. Depend if you have extra skin and you're thin, I can cut it off. I'm going to be 68 tomorrow if the Lord says the same. I had a bikini cut C-section about 4 years ago. I figured there will be scarring by now. It probably is scarring, but that's okay. And you will be here tomorrow. The way you phrase that, Miss Denise. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. I don't like how you phrase that. You will be here tomorrow. You'll be here tomorrow. You say, I'm going to be 68 years old tomorrow if the Lord says the same. Technically, that's true, but why would he not? Why would he say something different? You'll be 68 tomorrow. Happy birthday. As an older woman, I'm considering semaglutide to help lose enough weight for tummy tuck. How many months should I stop taking it before a mommy makeover? You don't have to stop taking it for months. You want to not take the dose. So if you're getting dosed weekly, then you would stop taking it a week before surgery. Yes, go watch live from this morning. You'll see more lives from the morning. Yes, wish Miss Denise a happy birthday. All right. Okay, y'all. I think I'm getting off for real this time. The questions started flying in when I said I'm getting off. Y'all was like, and another thing. All right. So I will I'm gonna sign off. I'll put the contact information in the comments. If you're on Instagram, you can click the link in my bio and then my team will call you tomorrow. I'll put the contact information in the comments. Yes, he does. But people say stuff. If the Lord, if it's in the Lord's will, if it's in God's will, if it's he warns us before he takes us out. He warns us, and it's just you're gonna be here tomorrow. That's it. That's it. You're gonna be here tomorrow. You're gonna have a wonderful 68th birthday. So happy birthday. YouTube said happy birthday to Miss Denise. All right, everybody. I love y'all, and I will check y'all later. Bye.